Question for Director Gabbard. A spokesperson for former President Obama said in a statement earlier this week, quote, "Nothing in the documents issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes." How do you respond to critics like former President Obama and also others on the Hill who say that the administration is conflating apples and oranges here, conflating allegations of actual hacking of voter machines and allegations of interference generally?
I think it's a disservice to the American people that former President Obama's office and others who are criticizing the transparency that is being delivered by releasing these documents. They are doing a disservice to the American people and trying to deflect away from their culpability in what is a historic scandal and negative action towards the American people and our democratic republic. The answer to that statement can very clearly be found throughout all of the documents that we have released. Again, showing that Russia has took action to try to sow discord in the election, but showed no preference for or against any singular candidate.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm diving into a major clash that's got the political world buzzing. Director Tulsi Gabbard versus critics, including a spokesperson for former President Obama over Russia's interference in the 2016 election. Gabbard's response? It's bold, direct, and packed with some pretty serious accusations about transparency, accountability, and the weaponization of government. Let's break down what's really going on and why it matters to you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more truth-driven updates. So here's what happened. A spokesperson for President Obama recently dropped a statement basically saying that nothing in the new documents changes the accepted conclusion Russia interfered in the election but didn't actually manipulate any votes. Pretty standard, right? But Gabbard is not buying it. He fired back, saying that releasing these documents isn't just about transparency, it's about giving the American people the truth. Gabbard argues it's a real disservice for anyone to downplay what these revelations might mean. So, what's Gabbard's main point? He's standing firm on the idea that transparency is non-negotiable, and it looks like his critics would rather keep things behind closed doors.
You've long been an opponent of weaponization in government. How do you respond to criticism that referring Obama administration officials and even potentially the former president is just more weaponization and this is a potential race to the bottom?
I think that's a very disrespectful attack on the American people who deserve the truth. They deserve to have faith and trust in the integrity of our democratic republic, which has been undermined by President Obama through his direction of this manufactured fake intelligence document, knowing that it was filled with lies and knowing that it would and could then be used for all of the actions that came after.
Carolyn, and I would just add, there needs to be accountability for that weaponization, Phil, that we've seen. And no one has been a victim of the weaponized government more than President Trump, not just because of this political scandal. You all recall his house was raided. So I think, it's very disingenuous for people to say, how dare they speak of former President Obama about this based on evidence and based on intelligence when the former President of the United States, Donald Trump's home was raided, when he was forced to sit in a Manhattan courtroom and many other courtrooms across the country for crimes he never committed, when he was impeached and indicted, and the entire country witnessed that. That's the weaponization of justice. Now the president is back because the American people see the truth. Nearly 80 million Americans reelected him back to this office, and he believes that we need to have justice and accountability, and I think the nearly 80 million Americans who reelected him agree with that. Caitlin.
By making these documents public, Gabbard says the administration is making it clear, yes, Russia interfered, but not to help or hurt any specific candidate. That's important, because so many people have been told this was about hacking the vote. Gabbard insists it wasn't about flipping results, it was about causing chaos and mistrust. But let's dig deeper. Gabbard doesn't stop at defending the document release. He's calling out Obama's office and others in D.C. for what he says is a coordinated effort to deflect blame and cover up a much bigger scandal. According to Gabbard, this isn't just bad politics, it's a deliberate attempt to mislead the American people for political gain. He's painting this as a massive scandal undermining the very integrity of our democracy. Then comes the weaponization angle, one Gabbard knows well. He's argued that exposing the truth about the Russia scandal isn't weaponizing intelligence. It's about demanding accountability. Gabbard goes so far as to accuse Obama of directing what he calls a manufactured fake intelligence document, one designed, he claims, to hurt President Trump. That's a huge accusation, and Gabbard says if we don't address this kind of political manipulation, especially from someone as powerful as a former president, we risk losing all trust in our system. Let's be real for a second. Gabbard doesn't mince words about how Trump has been treated either. He says Trump has been a victim of government weaponization, not just with this Russia issue, but in everything from FBI raids to impeachment to legal charges he claims were totally bogus. According to Gabbard, this wasn't justice. It was straight-up political persecution. And yet, despite all of that, Trump made a comeback that stunned the world. Nearly 80 million Americans voted for Trump to be re-elected, and Gabbard sees that as proof that the American people are hungry for real justice. If you think the truth matters, click subscribe. So, that's the breakdown. Director Gabbard is making big claims about Russia interference, government weaponization, and the fight for accountability. He's calling for transparency and challenging those he says are responsible for this scandal. Whether you agree with him or not, one thing's for sure, this conversation isn't going away. What do you think? Is Gabbard right to call out Obama's role, or is he just pushing a political narrative? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay engaged, and I'll see you in the next one.